This is Zero Latitude, and I'm Nikhil. Some interesting development this week. YC basically gave up on India. Government is writing quantum checks, and space surveillance just hit $1 billion scale. Let's get into it. Startups being accepted at YC just dropped from 66 in 2021 to just 4 in 2024. According to the Economic Times, there are specific structural reasons behind this decline. First, YC requires parent company to be set up in US, Canada, Singapore, and some other countries. And that is regardless of their original incorporation. Second, the reverse flipping of the Indian companies if they want to IPO in India cost a lot in taxes. For example, Grow paid about $160 million, Razer pay about $200 million, and it's expected that Meesho will be paying around $300 million. So when your exit tax is that high, YC model makes less sense. Third, they claim that India lags in deep tech talent, and YC has been focusing on deep tech for last couple of years. And I call BS on that. Unless you're establishing an AI lab of OpenAI or Anthropic standards, India has a pretty good deep tech talent. And fourth, there are more local funding options from Indian VCs and the founders who basically got exit. So there are viable alternatives for seed funding, and then you can IPO in India without paying that much tax. Now, while international accelerators are pulling back, here's what we are seeing: a different kind of capital stepping in. QpiAI raised $32 million at $162 million valuation in their Series A, which was co-led by Government of India. This is unusual because government entities typically don't co-lead commercial venture rounds. The funding came through National Quantum Mission's $750 million corpus. This was an equity round and not grant. Now, QpiAI's technical claims include India's first full-stack quantum computer, QpiAI Indus, with 25 superconducting qubits. And they're targeting 1000 qubits by 2028. So what's interesting is their go-to-market approach. Enterprise applications rather than pure research. They're trying to generate revenue while scaling the technology, and government capital would help them get there. And speaking of big money opportunities, Digantra is shifting from selling satellite data to manufacturing satellites. Anirudh Sharma says it's driven by government demand for owned infrastructure rather than data services. And experts say single contracts for national satellite coverage can exceed $1 billion annually for a whole country. And many other companies are making similar moves. Last week we discussed how GalaxyAI is trying to be vertically integrated with their next satellites. Bellatrix is launching surveillance satellites as well. Pixel already has 3 hyperspectral satellites in orbit, and they've already shipped other 3 for the launch. And the business model shift is interesting. Instead of selling data as a service, companies are selling satellites plus data. Now, the question is whether these companies can scale beyond defense applications. We know that most of the Earth observation or EO sector is driven by defense. The growth is obviously going to be defined by defense, but their survival depends on how well they're vertically integrated and how they can focus on other applications like agriculture, insurance, or disaster management. A few more signals worth noting this week. Samir Bridge Verma raised $155 million for Northpoint Capital after leaving Nexus Ventures. He's targeting 15 to 20 investments with $1 to $8 million checks. Udaan acquired Shop Kirana in an all-stock deal, which valued Shop Kirana around $90 million. And this is B2B commerce consolidation as companies optimize for profitability over growth. BQP, another quantum startup, raised $4.9 million for quantum digital twins in aerospace and defense. And Sohora partnered with Orbital Sidekick to bring hyperspectral satellite data to India through their Spate platform. They already have optical, SAR, and thermal data on their platform. So this would be a good addition. So that's the signal from this week. I'm Nikhil, and I'll see you next week.